we're this close to losing some of these revered and respected celebrities.
Actor-comedian Tracy Morgan is in critical condition after a deadly car crash on the New Jersey Turnpike over the weekend.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrity brushes with death.
And I was generally late for flights. I'd missed a lot of flights prior to that, so it wasn't like it was anything crazily out of the ordinary.
For this list, we're looking at those celebrities that came perilously close to death, yet somehow pulled through to live another day.
That's how I trained, so running and wearing plastic, and I just picked the hottest day of the summer. Next thing I know, I was asleep on the ground.
We're excluding politicians, though, so Ronald Reagan surviving an assassination attempt will not be included. We're also excluding sports injuries, overdoses, and health issues, so don't expect the likes of Clint Malarchuk, Nikki Sixx, or Chevy Chase either.
I like it.
Number 10, Isla Fisher.
1, 2, 3.
In 2013, Fisher starred in Now You See Me, a caper thriller about a team of illusionists who use their talents to pull off improbable bank heists.
Hold on tight. You might feel a bit of a vacuum.
In the movie's opening scene, Fisher's character is shackled and dunked into a water tank. Unfortunately for Fisher, her chains tangled, and she started banging on the glass in the hopes of alerting someone that the stunt had gone wrong. But everyone believed that she was still acting.
Everyone just thought I was doing fabulous acting. They thought I was being Meryl Streep in the tank. Actually, I was drowning.
Unable to reach the kill switch, Isla was forced to remain calm, and she escaped without injury.
I was pretty scared, actually. I had to swim to the bottom to set myself free and was like, ah!
Number 9, Petra Nemcova. Petra Nemcova is a Czech model and television host, known for Absolutely Fabulous and TLC's A Model Life.
I wanted you to come here because I want you to introduce you to someone very, very special.
On December 26, 2004, Nemcova was in Thailand with her photographer and fiancé Simon Attlee when a tsunami resulting from the Indian Ocean earthquake struck the country. Attlee tragically drowned, but Nemcova survived, despite a broken pelvis and internal injuries. How did she do this?
Palm tree like this one was my savior.
She clung to a palm tree for roughly 8 hours until rescue teams arrived to take her to a nearby hospital. Talk about survival instincts.
That experience was very difficult, but I've learned so many amazing lessons.
Number 8, Stephen King.
It just happened, bang, there it was, and I woke up with my lap on sideways.
Stephen King needs no introduction. The horror author has been scaring us for decades. His writing career and his life almost came to an end on June 19, 1999, when Brian Edwin Smith, distracted by his dog in the backseat of his van, struck King, throwing him 14 feet. The author was taken to hospital, where it was revealed that he suffered from a collapsed lung, leg fractures, a laceration on his scalp, and a broken hip.
Whether he's a good guy or whether he's a bad guy, he's obviously a very bad driver.
Although the event temporarily convinced King to stop writing due to the pain he suffered from the ordeal, he eventually put pen to paper once again, even incorporating his accident into such works as his Dark Tower book series.
The body's an amazing thing, and little by little, it healed itself. And when that happened, and I started to get some energy back, I wanted to write again. So I've been fortunate.
Number 7, Dustin Hoffman.
This is all terribly wrong.
Do you find me undesirable?
Oh no, Mrs. Robinson. I think you're the most attractive of all my parents' friends.
On March 6, 1970, acting legend Dustin Hoffman was riding the acting high from recent successes The Graduate and Midnight Cowboy.
Hey, do you want to stretch out here? Make yourself comfortable.
He was living with his wife, Ann Byrne, in Greenwich Village at the time, when a bomb built by a radical left-wing organization known as the Weather Underground prematurely exploded next door.
Credit for the Capitol bombing was claimed in a letter received by the Associated Press today, signed by the Weather Underground.
The blast blew a hole into Hoffman's living room and threw his desk into the charred wreckage of the adjacent building, forcing him out onto the street. Luckily, neither Dustin nor Anne was injured in the explosion, although it left him shaken and his house in ruins.
And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
Number 6. Jim Caviezel.
Afraid of me? Are you afraid of me?
Jim Caviezel was a rising actor, starring in movies like The Thin Red Line and The Count of Monte Cristo before he scored the role of Jesus in Mel Gibson's controversial The Passion of the Christ. Unfortunately, the big man upstairs seemed not to care for this casting choice, as Jim was struck by lightning on set.
Everything was like sparkles, red.
Wow,
and,
really?
While Caviezel wasn't seriously hurt by the strike, eyewitnesses claimed that his head briefly caught fire, and smoke floated from his ears immediately following the strike. We're not superstitious, but that sure sounds like some kind of sign.
You can feel it, but it's the reaction from the several hundred people that are watching that know that something happened.
Number 5. Martin Lawrence.
And you don't even have your wedding ring on.
Nah, I went undercover. And so it required the taking off of the ring. That's all for a second.
While Martin Lawrence has seemingly dropped off the acting map recently, he was a huge comedic star in the mid-90s and early 2000s, with roles in Bad Boys and Big Mama's House, among others.
Damn, you fine. I'm Sherry, you changed.
Hey, look at you, Big Mama.
However, in August 1999, Lawrence went for a run in extremely humid conditions to prepare for his role in the latter film.
I was just doing my job.
And suffered severe heat exhaustion as a result.
Because some people get intense. Do you wear... sometimes I see people running in like a suit that they sweat in.
Oh, no, I don't do that no more. I did that and I went into a coma and passed out. So please, I recommend do not run in a plastic suit.
He was found passed out on his front lawn, wearing many layers of clothing with a 107-degree body temperature, after which he then slipped into a coma. Lawrence suffered kidney problems and was forced to breathe using a ventilator, but he's since made a full recovery and has continued acting.
I heard a rumor that, because people love those Bad Boys movies, 1 and 2, that there's going to be a Bad Boys 3. Is that possible?
I believe so, yes.
That's
I just talked to Jerry Brooks.
Number 4. Seth MacFarlane.
Brian, are you suggesting that 9/11 didn't change everything? What? No, I was just... Because 9/11 changed everything, Brian.
Funny man Seth MacFarlane is one busy guy, as he's given us Family Guy, American Dad, and a few live-action comedy movies.
Remember, I was like, oh shit, 9/11, I gotta get high.
However, if it weren't for alcohol, some of these may never have seen the light of day.
So I arrived 10 minutes late to get on the flight.
Otherwise, you would have been on the
drinking ever since.
Exactly. That was exactly, Lauren.
MacFarlane was scheduled to be on American Airlines Flight 11, the plane that crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center on 9/11, killing everyone on board.
I was giving a lecture at my college the night before and went out with some of the faculty afterwards and had a few pints.
MacFarlane luckily overslept because of his excessive partying the night before and missed the ill-fated flight. We know he's an atheist, but Seth should certainly feel blessed after that.
I mean, what an incredible thing to realize has just happened to the plane you should have been on.
Yeah. I mean, there was a, that wonderful unity that we've since completely abandoned.
Number 3, Tracy Morgan.
Good evening, and welcome to Brian Fellows Safari Planet. I'm Brian Fellows.
After his stint on Saturday Night Live and his Emmy nomination for his acclaimed performance on 30 Rock.
I'm just surprised you still got a shirt. Oh, there it goes.
Tracy Morgan was traveling in a minibus when it was tragically hit by a Walmart tractor trailer in 2014. The minibus was struck from behind on the New Jersey Turnpike, killing Morgan's friend, James McNair.
He was a loving man, and he was a warm man.
It's okay, baby.
He was a good man. It just hurts me to see that he's gone.
Morgan himself was taken to hospital with a broken leg, femur, nose, and ribs. He was in a coma for 2 weeks and underwent extensive physical therapy for almost a month after being released from the hospital.
I got the headaches and the nosebleeds, and I won't even let my lady know because I don't want her to be worried about it.
He revealed on The Today Show that he still gets recurring headaches, but he's back to performing like a trooper.
Thank you so much. No, I'm just playing. Y'all thought for a minute that was real.
Number 2, Harrison Ford.
It's true. All of it.
The same year that Harrison Ford was scheduled to return to the big screen as Han Solo in Star Wars The Force Awakens, he was involved in an aviation accident that nearly cost him his life.
You can see the wreckage here behind me, Harrison Ford's crumpled plane where it made that crash landing on the golf course.
On March 5th, 2015, Ford was piloting his 1942 Ryan Aeronautical ST-3KR when he encountered surprise engine failure and was forced to make an emergency landing on a golf course in Venice, California.
And that's the last thing I remember till 5 days afterwards, actually.
You don't remember going down?
No. He was rushed to UCLA Medical Center in fair condition, though in actuality, it was revealed that he suffered from significant scalp lacerations, a broken pelvis, and a broken ankle, among other smaller injuries. Fortunately, the Force is strong with this one.
I remember when you were flying, I was like, we're so close to the water. And then someone just told me that you didn't even have your license then.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
That's Johnny Depp as Tonto, doing his own stunt.
Right before, towards before the last impact, the plane was completely on fire. We were a ball of fire in the sky.
Hey, it was a nasty knock, but we got over it, and I'm ready to rock.
Pleased to meet you. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
Number 1, 50 Cent.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my dog and I can't see.
Honestly, we have no idea how 50 survived this one. Perhaps the rap gods were looking down on him that day. In April 2000, 50 was attacked by a gunman outside his grandmother's former place of residence in South Jamaica.
A guy got out the passenger seat of that car, came around behind it, and shot through the actual car.
The assailant shot him 9 times up close with a 9mm, hitting him in the hand, arm, hip, legs, chest, and even in his cheek.
I got 2 shots left in case niggas try to get me. That's 9 shots, we'll just call it 50.
He was rushed to a nearby hospital, where he only spent 13 days recovering.
It doesn't hurt as much as people imagine it hurts because of your adrenaline and how the shock of what's actually going on.
He was left with a slurred voice and had to use a walker. But after only 5 months, 50 Cent was back to feeling like $1 million.
And then the records you get after you got shot
are completely darker.
It's hissy, it's darker, harder. It's an iller sound.
Do you agree with our list?
Whoever thought of this is a sick sadist!
Do you know of any celebrities that came perilously close to death? For more lively top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Mission accomplished.